presentation of Ridgeline High School Sports on 104.5 The Ranch in CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by The Cater Shop, Advanced Heating and AC, Castelite Brick and Tile, Rio Brazilian Steakhouse, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson IT, Adams Wealth Advisors, DD Auto Salvage, Great Basin Graphics, Preston Watts Auto Collision, Planet Fitness, Napa Auto Parts, Young Automotive, and Cache Valley Daily. Now it's time for the Ridgeline Riverhawks on 104.5 The Ranch.
Your local cow ranch.
Your local cow ranch in North Logan is proud to sponsor high school athletics.
Just what the country needs.
Need a spotless home, office, or construction site? Mountain Shine Cleaning gets it done right. Fast, reliable, detailed. Call 435-361-5130. That's 435-361-5130. Shine with the pros at Mountain Shine.
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
Napa know-how.
DD pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Green Canyon High School would like to say thanks to all their Alpha sponsors for supporting Green Canyon sports this year. For a list of sponsors and other athletic information, visit.
Welcome to Ridgeline High School, everyone. I'm Dave Simmons, joined by Jake Morrill. The Patriot Nick Zollinger will be here shortly, as there was some miscommunication on the start time on this wrestling match here this evening at Ridgeline High School. The Ridgeline boys wrestling team, Jake, are slowly, little by little, putting together one of the best seasons we've ever seen at Ridgeline High School.
That's exactly right. They've won all of their region duels so far this year. If they win tonight, they'll be region champions for the first time in the history of the school. So a lot of success, a lot of good things still to come this year.
So Jake, as you prepare for this duel, is there anything in particular going against this Stansbury team that you're looking forward to seeing tonight?
Well, tonight being senior night, it'll be good to see a lot of our seniors wrestle for the final time at home. Hopefully they're all able to get their hand raised one way or another. So it'd be great to see them. And then also just a team victory. So those are things I'm looking for, seeing our seniors and coming out with the W.
As far as Stansbury goes, where would they be falling right now in the rankings as far as the region is concerned? Do you know?
I don't know offhand. In fact, let me see if I can find out real quick for you, so I don't give wrong information.
But we do know that Ridgeline's at the top. Is there anybody like tied with them at the top? Because if they win tonight, they at least own a partial crown or a partial part of the region championship, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So who is the other team up there with them?
They've won all. A long way of saying I don't know that there is another one.
Okay.
If they win, I think they're there. So
without having to share it.
Yeah, because they beat all of the Valley schools. They beat Bear River. Earlier in the season they went to the Twila Valley, and I know that they won over there. And this is my understanding is the final one of the season.
Okay, so for some of our listeners who maybe aren't as familiar with wrestling, is it more like football where you have a duel with Stansbury here, but you're not going to Stansbury this year? You would do that next year?
That's exactly right.
So you don't go twice like you do basketball?
Yep, that's exactly right. So one year you'll be at Ridgeline, the following year you'll be at Stansbury,
gotcha.
And that'll go for each of the schools.
So for Stansbury, this will be the Stansbury duel, and then what do you have left on the season?
So after this, there's also divisionals, which is the qualifying tournament for state. So the top 8 individual finishers at each weight class will qualify for state, and hopefully that makes sense. There's 2 divisionals. The top 8 at each one qualifies for state, so 16 total wrestlers at each weight will qualify for state. And then right after divisionals will be the state tournament.
So how do they determine who's in what division?
It's based upon how they finished at state the previous year, and then points returning from state. The way that they count points in at wrestling tournaments is a little bit unique, but looking at those point totals, who they have coming back, they'll divvy them out amongst the 2 divisionals and then wrestle those tournaments, and then thereafter the state tournament.
The divisional duel coming up here in a couple weeks?
Yeah. Yep.
Is huge. I mean,
absolutely.
You can win the region, but still not make it to the state tournament based on that divisional.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So you might be on a team that's really good, but it matters for the individual wrestler to be able to qualify himself for the state tournament.
Okay. Well, we're going to start. Help me out. They're just getting cracking right here. Who we got here starting? Do you know where we're starting at?
We've got 126 pounds. This is Cruz Allred from Ridgeline.
Okay.
And Miles Trivet from Stansbury.
Okay. How's Cruz done this season?
Cruz has had a good year. He's been dogged a little bit by, you can see he's got a brace on his shoulder. So that's been a little bit of a problematic for him, but when he's wrestled, he's done really well. He's won a lot of matches, and he's one of our seniors, so we're looking forward to him to get the W tonight and then continue on to divisionals and state.
I don't know if you have the information handy, but what other seniors should we be expecting to see tonight?
Yeah, we've got Cruz, we've got Hunter McBride, so our very next wrestler at 132. We've got Cash Seelan at 150 pounds, Zarian Crook at 165, Soren Jensen at 215. I think that's all of our varsity ones.
Okay, but that's a decent amount.
It is.
How many wrestlers will wrestle on any given duel?
Yeah, so there's 14 matches per duel, so 14 weight classes. Sometimes there might be a forfeit, so because of that, there could be fewer matches.
Gotcha.
But 14 weight classes, and if both teams fill all the weight classes, we'll see 14 matches. If there's some forfeits, we'll see a couple less.
Okay, and one other question that I was asked that I couldn't remember, you told me one time, we're starting at what weight today?
Today we're starting at 126.
But it doesn't necessarily always start at 126. How do they determine who's the starting weight?
Yeah, so they the coaches will decide that beforehand. There often can be just a blind draw where they a random. This is where we'll start at. So it can vary from duel to duel. In fact, last week we had 2 duels here as well, and they each started at different weight classes than was this one.
Okay. So as we watch Cruz down here, talk us through some of this.
Yeah, so Cruz, he got a takedown, scoring him 3 points early in that first period. Scored 2 more, and then right here at the end of the period, we saw him get near fall, so he was holding his opponent close to the mat, and he scored 4 more. So that brings his total up to 9. At Stansbury's at 0. And then here to begin the second round, we started again neutral. I looked away for a second. I didn't see which wrestler had their choice, but either Cruz or Stansbury chose neutral, so we're on our feet. That's why we're back on our feet here in the second round.
Okay, rather than being down and having the other person starting up top. Okay. Yep. Gotcha. So Cruz is in cruise control right now.
That's right.
Pretty
much
right. at 9-0.
Yeah.
Although, again, I've done a couple of these with you, and I'm a super novice with this. Help us understand on a takedown like we just saw.
Yeah, so that was a beautiful lateral drop right there. So when they go, we call that over-under position where they're chest to chest. So Cruz threw his opponent in that position in a lateral drop, and we just saw the referee slap the mat for the pin. So that scores Ridgeline 16 points, our first match of the night, so great beginning to our duel tonight.
So each match is worth 16?
So each individual match is worth up to 6 points.
2.
So if they get the pin like Cruz did, that's 16 points. If you get what's called a technical fall, if you get up at any point in the match by 15 match points or more, it's basically a mercy rule.
Okay.
So they end the match, and that's worth 5 team points. If you win between 8 and 14 points, that's called a major decision. Get your team 4 points. And then if you win by 1 to 7, that's worth 3 team points.
Okay. So you can go up to 16 points in that particular match.
Yes.
But when you win, then like we just saw, it was worth 6 points, and some could be worth 3. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So here we have Hunter McBride from Ridgeline, another one of our seniors, and he's wrestling Nixon Simsich from Stansbury.
Okay. Another thing that it's kind of jumped out at me as I've watched these a handful of times is if it looks like they're out of the green circle there of the I guess out of bounds, so to speak. They might not be. All they got to do is have a foot in. Somebody has to have a foot in there, or even a hand, or even a lock of hair.
Over the years, that rule has changed a little bit by what they call out of bounds, but now they're a little bit more liberal in allowing it. And we saw right there, Hunter, he took his opponent down, turned him and pinned him, so he got a pin in about 37 seconds in the first round.
That is quick.
Yeah,
and then he goes into the splits over there, just to mock me a little bit more.
That's funny, and the reason why it's funny as well is because there's a college wrestler who's right now pretty well known for doing that after he wins a match. His name's AJ Ferrari at the University of Nebraska, and he'll go to the splits and flex at the crowd after he gets a win. So
that is funny. That is. You might be able to get close to that. I can't even fathom trying to go down.
I'm a little far away from being able to do that myself as well. So now we have 138 pounds Tate Mosier from Ridgeline versus Clint Goal from Stansbury.
Okay. Tate's been good this year too, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tate's had a good year. He's also faced a little bit of injury, but it's great to see him back out. He did wrestle last week. I think they're trying to watch him a little bit so he doesn't re-aggravate his injury, but great to have him back out tonight. And right there we just saw Stansbury got the takedown, but then Tate immediately got a reversal, so that makes our score 3-2.
Okay. I would have to believe that injuries in wrestling are similar to football, where it's managing them throughout the course of the season, that you would almost always have some sort of injury you're dealing with.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of truth to that. You're always getting nicked or banged up. You might, your ribs are getting squoze and bruised and all stuff like that, and it's just a matter of managing. Make sure you get plenty of rest and so you can get back out there.
So Tate is currently down 2-3. You have any idea, Jake, who maybe the dudes are for Stansbury, like the ones we're interested in watching that have placed, say, in the state over the last year or two?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just scanning through their names. I wish I had a better answer for you, Dave, but I don't.
Well, that's on me for putting you on the spot. I don't know. Year to year, there's some guys that they've been around since they were literally freshmen, and you're like, okay, that kid's like the real deal.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's probably not very many of those guys on every individual team, of course.
Yeah. So hopefully Tate can hurry and finish this takedown. It'd be pretty big. Okay, so what we saw right there, right at the end of the round, Tate had his opponent's leg lifted, trying to finish that takedown, and he kind of went into desperation mode. And when he did that, he allowed Stansbury to come over the top of him, and he actually got the takedown. So that awarded Stansbury 3 right at the end of the first round, making the score 7-2.
Okay. So now they get to choose. Does the Stansbury player get to choose if he wants to start on top or on bottom?
Yeah, so they'll switch off who gets their choice in the second round each match, and then oftentimes you'll see them defer to the other person, so in the third round they'll get their choice, and Tate chose bottom here, so that means in the third round Stansbury will get their choice.
Aloha, Patriot.
Did I just hear you say the Stansbury player?
I didn't mean to.
Well, he's a wrestler,
he's
not
a
player. How's everybody doing?
We're doing great.
Good.
Besides calling wrestlers players, we're doing just fine.
I didn't even notice it, Dave.
Good.
So.
Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it.
First thing I know.
Nick's my biggest critic.
All right,
I'm also your biggest fan.
Welcome back.
Thanks,
Good to have you.
Uh-oh, we got some action going on out here in this Stansbury.
Clint got Tate in this tough spot right here in a headlock.
Oh, got pinned. I walked in at the wrong time.
I blame you.
Well,
we were 2-0 on the first two matches.
I see that. 12-0 goes 12-6, just like that.
Yeah.
As who'd we have out there, Jake?
So right now we just finished 138. Tate Mosier versus Clint Goal. And now we'll have
Tate.
Now Tate's got a sore back. And
and he
is
looks
that
like
the injury he's been dealing with?
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
You can tell he is definitely feeling that injury right now.
Yeah, and you could kind of see a brace through his singlet too a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Mosier boys, they are tougher than nails, and you don't see that very often. So Tate going down with the pin from, who was that from Stansbury?
Clint Goal.
Is he do we know anything about the Stansbury team being new to the region?
Yeah.
Not a great history as far as going up, matching up against them, but I walk in the door and they get a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're 138-pounders tough. We know that.
Yeah, he pinned Tate Mosier, so we're at 144 right now. We got Josh Bingham for Ridgeline, and that's Benjamin Plone, I'm going to say. P-L-O-E-H-N. Plone?
I like it.
Plone.
So they just awarded a takedown to Plone. He was in a Merkel position, and now he's switched off to a Spladle.
A Merkel?
And that's Spladle.
So Josh has got to be careful here. He's in a tough position getting his legs pulled really far apart.
Yeah, Dan Hillary, the official, awards the near fall, but then we got a reversal by
Josh.
Bingham.
Oh, now he's on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, and now if he gave reversal points, he's going to give them right back. I don't think he ever awarded the reversal points, so it's a 6-0 lead for Stansbury on the takedown and the near fall points.
Yeah. Do you have
to their feet.
Do you have the list, the match list?
And one escape for Bingham.
I have.
Do you have it?
I can send it to you, bub.
Yeah, send it to me. That'd be great.
Okay, I will.
I sure like that Josh Bingham. He is such a good dude.
Josh just did a great job. He escaped, and then when Plone went in on the shot, he circled behind and got the takedown. So he's coming back now 7-4.
7-4, Stansbury in the lead. 15 seconds in this first round at the 144 weight.
Can you tap out in this?
Yeah, I think so.
You can. It's
frowned upon?
Frowned upon. Yes, it's frowned upon. And also usually you won't see it unless someone's on their back and they're about to get pinned, which is a little bit
a cop out.
And the officials do a good job. Usually if you're tapping, it's because you're in some kind of position that's very, very painful, right? Precarious, like leverage position, and the officials are pretty good about if they see like threat of an injury or a hold that's got a kid in a bad way, they'll usually try to stop and get them to reposition and not get anybody hurt. That's the goal. I mean, obviously it's a contact sport and there's injuries in wrestling, but you don't see any. I've never seen anyone tap out in a wrestling match myself.
Yeah, it's not super common. You'll see it from time to time, and generally if it does happen and they're on their back, they'll actually award an extra point. So if they're counting near fall and they got to 4, they would actually award 5 if he tapped out.
Okay. 7-4 as we start round 2. Stansbury in the lead. Bingham with control. I didn't see what the options were there. Who declared what? I'm assuming Stansbury deferred.
It must have been Stansbury chose bottom.
Oh, did they? Okay.
And we're seeing a kind of a crazy scramble here, back and forth.
And Stansbury with the reversal points. 9-4 lead now for Stansbury in control of this 144 weight match. Josh Bingham for Ridgeline. Benjamin Plone for Stansbury. He's got, I didn't see the Hillary award. He's got to have awarded the back points there in the near fall.
So he's still maintaining them because it's the same hold.
Yeah, so he's 4 more points. He's going to have a 13-4 lead here halfway through the second round. There's the 4 points for an air fall for Stansbury. And Plone in command of this 144-pound match, and now he's got him in a cradle. And, dude, that looked close. He just did. There he goes. He got the. So we went pin for Ridgeline, is what I'm assuming that I missed.
Yep.
And now we've gone pin for Stansbury, and we're back at a tie, 12-12.
All square at 12.
Good job by Stansbury, not blinking after the fast start by Ridgeline, and they come out with 2 pins of their own to tie this one up, and we're going to move into the 150 weight class with weight category with Cash Sellen and Ethan Richard.
Nick, I don't know if you're
from
aware,
Stansbury.
But if Ridgeline wins this duel tonight,
this is region.
This is the championship.
Now, is Stansbury in second? If they win, will they win region, or does it go to like Bear River or somebody?
We're still not sure on that.
We're not sure on that. Okay. Did we beat Bear River at Bear River?
We did. We beat all the region ones so far.
So we're undefeated in region. Stansbury has 1 loss. I'm assuming 2 Bear River.
Yeah,
So it'd be a shared title between the 3, at least the way I understand it. Nobody wants to share region titles.
No, that's what Coach Z told me, that if they win tonight, they're at least sharing it.
Yeah, I do have an update. So this is the last home duel. There is one more duel, which will be on Thursday against Deseret Peak. So that will be the last official one of the season.
Ridgeline with the first points of this 150 weight matchup. A 3-1 lead now with escape points given to the Stansbury wrestler. That Stansbury wrestler is, let me get I said it already once, Ethan Richard. Cash Sellen, senior, for the Ridgeline wrestling team with a 3-1 lead, almost halfway through the first round. Little hand fighting going on. Coach Morrow wants him heavy on his head.
Yeah.
Keep that head down, shoot a leg, and that's exactly what he does.
Good crotch right there by Cash.
Oh, and a good job countering by Stansbury, and no points awarded now. The takedown control points given to the Stansbury wrestler. Richard coming back to gain the lead now, 4-3. He has an escape point. Oh, and he's got that arm twisting up.
Ugh. You know, the handful of matches I've done with you guys, I bet you've heard me go, ugh, more than I've even said words. I just see these positions, and they're very uncomfortable.
Cinnamon Bear.
So another update, Mountain Crest also beat Stansbury. So they have 1 region loss.
Where are you finding that information? I've looked online.
From my trusty coach down there, Dusty.
You got to be in the know.
Yeah,
or know somebody in the know.
Max Preps doesn't do a great job of they're hard to track. It's just plain and simple. A lot of the big events in high school wrestling are the tournaments.
Well, that's what we talked about before you got here. The divisional tournament coming up here in a couple of weeks is a huge deal.
Yeah.
So
that's
you can
where
win the region, but still as a team, but still not be as an individual going to state.
Right, because you got to qualify through the divisionals, then to qualify into the state. So Cash finds himself behind to start the second round.
He chose
3-4. Cash elects bottom and gets immediately to his feet. Now the Stansbury wrestler. Oh, and there's got to be an escape. No?
Stansbury went right into that double leg, so it didn't quite separate.
Ooh, and a nice crossface. Catches Sellen right underneath the chin. Now he's trying to get that hand in the right position over the head, and then work an escape. What was that? So why did we reset?
What we saw right there was potentially dangerous. So oftentimes, if the top wrestler has his leg in and the bottom wrestler gets up on his feet, the other guy's just on his back, they'll call potentially dangerous. There's some things that the bottom wrestler could do, like roll or something. The guy's head hits the mat.
Flip him around, yeah.
That's saved for the WWE.
I don't think they ever stopped the matches because of potentially dangerous.
I don't think so either.
I think they just let him
jumping off the top buckle.
They just let him wrestle.
Yeah, you bring a chair on, it's fine. It's just fine.
Approaching a minute to go in the second round, Sellen behind 4-3.
He's just about got a reversal here.
He's just got to clear that leg. If he can get that leg free, he's going to have it at worst escape points, probably reversal points if he maintains control of the Stansbury wrestler, but he's got to get that leg free.
If nothing else, he needs to push away to get his escape.
Stand up. Yep. He's kind of in just a stalemate right here, and he's got to crossface hard or just get that left leg free,
and
he's about got it.
He needs to just straighten that left leg and stand up and get his one here.
He's down 4-3 right now.
4-3, 30 seconds to go in this second round. Coach Morrow wants him to stand up.
Yeah, there he goes.
There, he's got his escape point.
Now he needs to either push away or hurry and circle behind.
Why doesn't he give him escape points right there? Because he has an escape.
Yeah, so where they're still engaged with each other, there needs to be like a disengagement between them.
Right?
So now that they've broken apart, he awards the one escape.
So the Stansbury wrestler actually does a pretty good job of just getting away and not allowing Sellen to reverse to get that extra point.
Yep.
And we go into the third round. Rounder period.
Either one. Either one works.
We go into the third round tied 4-4. The match tied 12-12. 2 pins apiece between Ridgeline and Stansbury.
Who got to choose this time?
This time was Richard's choice. Yeah, so
He
Cash had
chooses
his
down,
choice.
And Cash is just going to let him up.
Yeah, so
He wants him probably
Cash goes to
behind.
optional start. He needs to show that to the referee before he goes to it. We didn't see the referee give a caution, but I think usually they're supposed to caution him if he doesn't show the referee that's what he's going to do beforehand.
Wait a minute.
Why would you just let somebody stand up? Isn't that?
Well, he didn't, though.
So the strategy could be that maybe you can get to a different position. You might be able to try to have a certain move in mind that you're really good at, and it's more advantageous to
be on the head versus
the head.
back behind him on his waist.
Exactly.
I see.
And maybe.
But you give up a point, though.
No, he didn't.
No?
Yeah, he hasn't quite yet because he immediately got right on top of him.
Okay.
So what we saw here was an illegal headlock by Cash.
And that's going to be a 1 point for Stansbury, and that's going to give him the lead.
That's right.
So Ethan Richard is going to have a 5-4 lead, and he's still going to be on bottom, Dave, to where he can have escape points or reversal points. Sellen's in a bad position here because the only way he can score is if he gets him on his back. He's probably going to – no, I thought he would let him up in that situation, but he
goes
didn't.
back to his optional start. He's looking for a near side cradle right there. Try to lock that up.
He's got a minute and a half to get some back points. Sorry, are they back points or near fall points?
That's also, you can call them either one.
Either one. Okay, I didn't know if that was a Greco-Roman term, back points, or if it was a folk-style term as well, but it is. So the only way Sellen can win this match is if he gets some near fall back points and gets the Stansbury wrestler on his back.
And he
just got an escape point.
Yeah, so because of just what we're talking about, where he's losing by 1, he's more advantaged to let him go and try and take him down than what you just did. So now Cash has the lead.
With the rule change of giving that takedown from 2 points to 3 points, it's a huge advantage for a wrestler that's behind, but then he just gives him up, and now it's tied again, 7-7.
Yeah, this might come down to who's in better shape.
Yep.
They're both tired,
War
30
of
seconds
attrition
to go.
Here. 30 seconds. Third period here, tied ball game, 12 points apiece for each team. Sellen, as we said, who's going to last? Who's going to be able to make the last move? This one might go into overtime.
If he can let go.
There it is. Oh!
Not quite.
What a great job by the Stansbury wrestler. Now he gets the single leg. All he's got to do is pick him up and put him down. There it is. That's going to probably win the match.
Yeah, now he just needs to stay behind him.
Yep. Oh, and Cash, did he hurt
might
himself?
Be hurt.
No, he's just exhausted.
Because if he would have let go and Richards would have stood up,
it would have just been 1 point, but it would have been 10 to 8.
Because he got 3 for the takedown.
That's a huge point change in the whole strategy of how you wrestle. Takedowns used to be worth 2 points, and then they moved them to 3. And so when you're behind, you can really make up ground if you're good at taking people down, because you can let them up for 1, take them down for 3, and have a 2-point gain each time you're able to do that, where before it was just a 1 point offset. Now we're going to move into the 157 weight category. That's going to be Mac Rutledge, who's an extremely good wrestler for Ridgeline, versus Carter Vasquez for Stansbury. We started at the 126, so we're going to finish at 120. Right now we're at 157, and this is a 3-point advantage for Ridgeline in the team duel to try to claim the Region 11 championship. Mac, kind of with a head throws, tried to get the Stansbury wrestler out of position and gives up 3 takedown points early in the first round.
Jake, what kind of year has Mac had? I feel like the times I've seen him, he's been good.
Mac's had a good year. He wrestled. They have an all-star duel down at UVU every year. Mac was a participant in that. He was the only Ridgeline boys wrestler. There was a few girls from our girls team who also wrestled in that. But Mac's had a good year. I'm excited to see how he's going to do at divisionals in the state. He's been solid.
Mac, a 2025 state placer last year. I don't know if he was third or fourth, but I know that he was right there in the mix. Third place, Dave, means that you've lost 1 match in the tournament, and then you win out. That's the best you can do after losing in that quasi-double elimination state tournament bracket.
Oh, good throw by Mac. Ref hasn't quite. There he awards it.
He awards the takedown points, and now Mac Rutledge has the lead 4-3 over Carter Vasquez for Stansbury. Now Vasquez with a reversal, and he's got the lead back 5-4 as we wane into the closing seconds of this first round. Looks like Stansbury's going to take a 5-4 lead into round 2, although Mac is on his feet.
Get at least an escape.
Oh my, bum drop. You missed it, Dave.
Nobody wants a bum drop. Nobody wants that.
Now, Mac's fortunate he didn't get called for an illegal move, because if he does that and drops him real hard, he probably gets called for a slam.
Okay, and if a slam is a 1-point deduction, I would assume, or 1 point to the other team.
Yep.
Well, we avoided a personal foul butt slam out there, Dave.
I don't know if that's the appropriate term.
No, it's not. We're mixing football and wrestling. Well, football and WWE more than anything, I think there. Mac Rutledge going to go into the second round with a 5-4 deficit. Ridgeline as a team has a 3-point advantage over Stansbury, trying to claim their first region title in the wrestling.
That's right. That's right.
For the boys wrestling.
History of the boys team.
Yep, that would be quite a season for Coach Morrill and his boys.
Trying to get updates on the girls. My buddy Dan Grange, he has a couple daughters wrestling. He'll send us an update here soon.
Oh, a good job by Stansbury kind of fighting through that. But Mac, man, he gets himself in some precarious positions.
He's going for a banana split here.
Oh, banana split.
You see how he's pulling the legs apart right there?
I see it. Those legs are being pulled. Oh, that
does not feel good.
No.
As much as you like to eat them, you don't want to be in that position.
Hopefully he's stretched out beforehand.
He's
otherwise
not
he's gonna
getting
have an injury.
Back points, though. He hasn't quite got him turned enough to get those near fall points awarded by Dan Hillary, and so it remains 5-4 halfway through the second round.
How fast would you cramp up if you're in the banana
I don't know. I think it's when you come back together's when I would really Charlie horse.
So he just got 2 near fall here.
Let go of me.
Yeah.
I think that might be a time when I tap out if I get put in
the banana split. You're done. 6-5, Mac Rutledge with the lead halfway through the second round. 157 weight category. Mac, he loves to use these legs. He loves to control the other wrestler's legs with his legs and then work on some type of the upper body. Right now he's wrenching on the right shoulder of Vasquez.
Yeah, it looks like he's working on a guillotine. So I don't know if we've talked about that one before, but where he's trying to work his opponent's arm over his head.
Oh, boy.
He brings it onto the back there instead.
That's a move my brother used to get me in, where he just pinned that arm behind you. You couldn't do anything. Now a half. He's looking for a half Nelson. He wants that wrist again. But you can just see how Mac really flattens the wrestlers out and really controls their body and legs with his legs. Does a great job of just kind of flattening them out. He really wears you down.
Yeah. That's the point I was going to make is he only scored 2 points, but that gave him the lead, and he's really worn on his opponent a lot this second round.
Yeah, you can tell the Stansbury wrestler is just really starting to run out of gas as Mac really leaned on him in that second round. He has a 6-5 lead, and I'm assuming Mac chose bottom.
Mac chose bottom here.
When you're on bottom and you have as good a defense as Mac Rutledge does, it's almost impossible, because the only way the Stansbury wrestler can score points from this position is to get him on his back. Mac likes where he's at here. All he's got to do is stand this one up, and there he goes. He's on his feet. Gets to his feet and looks for an escape point. There it is. Now he has a 2-point lead. That's not as safe as it used to be, where that takedown point gets you 3, and there's a shot by Vasquez.
Yeah, low single. He's got in on the ankle, but Mac's
a good job
able
of
to get it
freeing
out.
that ankle. Now Mac's in control here. All he has to do is circle to his back, and he's going to get the takedown point. Oh, what a good head throw.
Yeah, we called that a shuck. So when your front headlock, your opponent might think you're going to circle one way,
and then
you might
throw
fake that,
the other.
You just throw him by.
Wow, what a move by Mac Rutledge to almost.
Don't you shuck oysters? I think you're shucking oysters.
I don't know.
That sounds right.
I think you
probably
shuck
Google
oysters.
that one.
I think I just know it.
Max stretching him out.
That looks painful.
That is another precarious position for the Stansbury wrestler to be in, and one that's going to take a lot of energy to get out of. And a 10-5 advantage for Rutledge. He's got this one all but in the bag. He just is looking for more points for his team, and now he's going to go for a pin.
If Matt could get turned of at least 3 points, he'll get a major decision here, so that'd be big for the team score.
Yes, it would, as they have a 15-12 lead going into this round, and Mac Rutledge is going to extend that lead. It just depends on how far.
That was a great adjustment on his half Nelson.
When he got was that a full Nelson? Or
no, so potentially dangerous. The shoulder, according to what the ref thought he saw, was getting into a precarious position.
Yep, so just trying to protect the athletes, avoid injury, as that shoulder was getting wrenched in a way that official Dan Hillary didn't like to see, and now Mac Rutledge remains in control. 10 seconds to go in this third round. Rutledge is going to get the win. It just depends on if he can get Vasquez on his back, and there he does, but no back points awarded. So it's going to go 10-5 victory. 3 more points for Ridgeline. They're going to have an 18-12 lead.
Max looks like he's in some pain.
What happened? I didn't even see what happened.
Something with
his ankle.
I wonder if
everybody's getting up a little gimpy.
Yeah. We have seen a couple wrestlers kind of limp off the mat.
Hitting the groin.
Rolled up on? Oh, do you think it's more?
That could happen.
Yeah.
I think that might have been what happened.
Okay, so not as much the ankle or the knee, but a little higher in the midsection.
Yeah.
165-pound weight category here. We're going to have Zarian Crook and James William Shaw for Stansbury. Zarian Crook, a senior here for the Riverhawks, looking to extend this lead 18-12.
Do you have the weights on there?
165.
Okay. It goes up to
285.
Our big fella is Morgan.
Yep, and then we go back down to 106, 113, and 120 will finish this duel up. Ridgeline in the lead, 18-12. No points scored here, and they're nice job.
Zarian's got the slide by that he does pretty much every match, and that's how he got behind him.
He does love that slide by, doesn't he?
He does.
Last time we watched him wrestle out of Mount Crest, he did the same move.
Yeah, great job by Zarian.
So they did award. So when the slide by and you get behind on your feet, that's takedown points.
You still have to get them down to the mat. So even if you're behind them, but both guys are standing, you've got to get them to either get weight on their hands or a knee down.
And so they awarded that as they went out of bounds?
Yep.
Okay.
So they're saying he kept his foot in enough to get the takedown.
Okay, so takedown points awarded to Zarian Crook, but an escape by the Stansbury wrestler William Shaw, James William Shaw. So a 3-1 lead for Crook. 165-pound weight category here. Might see another slide by. Is that what you called it, Jake?
Yep.
Might see another slide by Crook. He reaches for a single leg, but nothing there. Now they reset right in the middle of the ring. Single leg by Stansbury, nothing there. Good job by Crook defending it.
Zarian did a good job of getting him down. Now if he can circle all the way behind just like that, get his takedown.
There's a good scamper for a circle and takedown points by Crook. A 6-1 lead now. He's in command of this match. Ridgeline with a 6-point lead in the duel as a team. 20 seconds to go in the first round.
Yeah, you'd like to see him ride out his opponent here so we don't give up any points to finish the round. Finish 6-1. That'd be just a great first round for Zarian.
Going back to the success that Ridgeline's seen, and an out of bounds called just with 1 second left. But going back to the success Ridgeline's seen, Dave, it all goes back to what we've talked over the years. What's the foundation of a good program?
Youth programs.
The youth program. And this Jake, who's
all
here.
the sports.
Yeah, it's a common theme throughout the success of all the programs here at Ridgeline that you see is that youth program and the building of the youth program, and Josh Nelson's had a hand in it as well, who's kind of being the announcer down there. And then Jake, who's here on the mics with us, coaches those young kids as well. And that youth program's really come a long ways for Ridgeline, and now they're seeing the success come up through the ranks into the varsity program, and they're on their way, well, a 6-point lead to win their first region title ever in the wrestling program. So you've had a hand in it. You've seen a lot of these kids wrestle from the time they were in, I would say you got there about when Zarian would have been in 7th or 8th grade, roughly.
This is my 4th season, so so like Mac and Tate, all those guys coming through the first
8th grade.
Were in 8th grade.
They were 8th graders, so Zarian would have been a freshman.
Yeah.
Yep. And Zarian now, did he get takedown points there?
Just about. They haven't awarded it yet, but I think he's just about to get it.
The Stansbury wrestler, William Shaw, just still has a hold of that leg of Crook, and that's why he's fighting off the points. But there goes, my.
Had him momentarily in the cradle.
And he did give him 2 near fall.
Yeah.
Got him on his back long enough, so now Crook is up 11-1. He's extended this lead clear out to 10. And if the Stansbury wrestler isn't careful, he's going to have a tech fall here. Let me think. Pin, tech fall, major, decision.
Yep.
Okay. Or decision, major, tech fall, pin, as you go from
lowest to highest points, right?
Lowest to highest. So Crook with 5 more points gets himself a technical fall. He's got a round and 20 seconds to get it done. But the Stansbury wrestler just kind of more or less laying on the mat at this point. So Crook's got to get some back points if he's going to continue to extend this lead. He's in command with a 10-point lead and a good job of staying in control as we run down the last few seconds of this second round. And now Zarian gets to elect what he wants. Oh, sorry, it's the Stansbury wrestler. He's going to stand. He's going to be neutral to start this third round.
He chose top.
Oh, he chose top. So he feels like at this point, Dave, the only way I'm going to win this match is if I pin him.
Okay.
So he's going to want to take control, try to get him on his back. Zarian's going to try to score some escape points here. But the Stansbury, William Shaw is right. The only way you come back from this one is probably with a pin, being down 10 with only 2 minutes to go in the third. And Crook just more or less playing defense here, laying flat on his belly. It's hard to get pinned when you're in that position, Dave.
James William Shaw.
James William Shaw.
Jim Billy? Jim Bill Shaw.
Oh, now Crook's going to get a revert. Oh, escape points?
Boy.
Yep.
There it is.
So a 12-1 lead.
Now Zarian, we've got 1:20 to try and get 2 takedowns to get a technical fall. So that'll help the team points if you can get that.
Extend that lead out by another 5 points. He's at a major fall right now, which is a 4-point victory. As Jake said, needs a few more points to get that technical decision. Nothing really happening as both wrestlers are like, is this over yet? They both seemed a little gas out there, Dave, just leaning helmet to helmet out there.
Yeah, and can you blame him?
Nope.
Not a bit. Not since you've been sipping pina coladas on the beach.
No, I wouldn't last one round out there. These guys have almost went 6 minutes of battle, and Crook has come out on top more times than not as he's up 12-1. 10 points is a major?
8 points.
8. 8. Anything over 8 to 15 is a major. 15 and above is a technical fall.
Oh, we might see a throw here.
Oh, my.
So we're going to see at least a tech fall. See if we can get the pin.
A takedown and a near fall here. If he can, he's got 10 seconds to push those shoulders to the mat. 5 now. Is he going to award it? 3, 2. Oh, Stansbury's going to squeak out of there.
That had to be very close.
Very.
Yeah.
As those shoulders did look very close to the mat, but nothing awarded by Dan Hillary. And it's going to be a 5-point victory, going to extend the lead
so Jake,
to 23-12.
When they got wrapped up front to front like that, you knew that there was going to be probably a throw happen there. Mm-hmm. Was it just because the Ridgeline wrestler was faster? Wouldn't they both have been in an equal position to make that throw?
Yeah, so and there's moving parts, so both guys, in addition to getting their hands where they want, they're trying to get their hips in a position where they can kind of get leverage to throw the other guy. So Zarian was able to do that better than his opponent and was able to therefore throw him and get him to the mat.
Okay, but you saw that coming.
Yeah, and also with when they get in that type of position, and with the match about near the end, the other guy kind of out of desperation, like, doesn't really have much to lose.
Yeah.
So you'll see that type of thing at that situation.
And if you can get him in those throws, a lot of times it does result in not only a takedown, but a potential pin situation at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So they are risky if you're winning, and they're also risky if, on the other side, you don't want to give up any more points in a loss. And so a good job by Zarian Crook getting the technical fall there and extending that lead for Ridgeline out to 11 points now.
Now we got Brighton Butt and Ashton Walker. Brighton Butt for Ridgeline, Ashton Walker for Stansbury.
This is the 175-pound weight category. And Butt, no wrestler has scored any points. Butt looks to be almost in control, and that should be points.
Yeah.
He broke the lock, and no points still awarded. He just hasn't circled far enough behind, I guess. Oh boy, this is big trouble.
Brighton's got to be careful.
Yeah,
fight hard here.
He's got to bridge out, and he's working his guts out. If he gets out of this is going to expend a lot of energy out of Butts if he's able to escape this. He definitely had what appeared to be the advantage. He's going to raise
he's just
that
about
up.
Off his back if he can keep battling for 20 more seconds.
20 seconds to go in this first round, now 15. Now the Stansbury wrestler goes for a full mount, and he's about got those shoulders pinned.
Jeez.
Easy. Look at how he's contorting his hips, and he does. Wow. Eventually break out of that, but not until a little bit of damage is done. 7-point play there. That's a touchdown and an extra point.
Yep. He's in a deficit here.
As the Stansbury wrestler did a good job of using that kind of position Butts was in to just throw him down to the mat, get his shoulders on the mat, and he almost had a first-round victory. But he does go into round 2 with the 7-0 lead. Now 7-1. Butts gets escape points.
Yeah, good job by Brighton there on the whistle, going for a switch, but didn't get the reversal, but got the separation and was able to come up and get his escape.
Butts, I would say, for the first half of that match was in control.
Yeah.
And then just got out of position. One false move there. And you never know what can happen.
He still looks like he's got some gas in the tank, though, with the way he jogged over there.
1:37 to go in the second round. Both wrestlers looking for position here. A lot of times it's just matchups, how the other guy wrestles, where his vulnerabilities are, where you can get an advantage. And here we go for a throw.
Brighton's got to be careful here. This was a type of situation where he got put to his back in that first round. If he could pull his arm out and then bring it on top around, he'll get the takedown. It needs to.
It's easier said than done.
It's like
exactly. Easier said than done.
That'd lose a rotator cuff in 2 seconds.
And there goes the takedown points for Stansbury. Stansbury wrestler, I didn't catch his name on the, I need to get, that's Ashton Walker. Walker for Stansbury with a 10-2. How did he get the?
So he just got the takedown.
Yeah.
So Brighton escaped, and then he got taken down.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But
now a reversal, or he got the escape points. Now a takedown points for Brighton Butts. He's going to let him up. Oh, just looking to get to the head of Walker. Now Walker's on Butts' head. Brighton doesn't have quite the pep in his step as he did early or late in the first round, early in the second round.
If he could get a takedown here to end the second round, that'd really set up an interesting third round.
He shoots for a single leg, nothing there as Walker defends it. Now we're going to go into the third round, and Walker's going to have an 11-5 lead as this Stansbury crew tries to fight their way back into this duel as they're down 11. Being down 11 is like nothing. It's 2 pins away, and you're up 1 all of a sudden. So, man, the points can change hands extremely fast, as we saw Ridgeline shoot out to a 12-0 lead.
I mean,
Stansbury immediately tie it up.
As much as you'd like to see your hometown school, everybody do really well, I don't think you and I have ever been involved in a duel where it's come down to the last wrestler.
It's always kind of been decided beforehand, but this one looks like it could come down to the last weight category.
And old
really
Joe Holbrook would be the guy.
And you like your odds if you're Ridgeline and that's your guy. Holbrook's really come a long way in his wrestling career here at Ridgeline. I think he's a junior, correct?
He's a
Senior. So that'd be fun on senior night to have Joe decide this duel, but Butts is going to try to.
Brian's
my goodness!
I don't know
that is a pin. Yep, there it is.
Wow,
what a move!
Down 11-5, and he gets the pin.
I'd say
that's a great job by Brighton. As all that work he did in the first round to not get pinned allowed him to later still have time to come back, wear down his opponent, get the pin in the third round. So great job.
He definitely gets himself in some precarious positions out there, but a great job of just staying with that one by Butts. And that right there, Dave, you could look back at this whole momentum of this match. That one could be the deciding factor, as Butts, as Jake said, that was almost a 12-point swing.
Yeah.
Not getting pinned in that first round, coming back around, being behind by 6, and then picking up a pin of your own. That's a huge swing for the duel and the potential region championship here for Ridgeline. Now we move into 190. This is Lewis Hawks for Ridgeline. I don't know Lewis at all. Is he a senior?
No, he's not a senior. In fact, I'm not quite sure which grade he is.
I don't know Lewis. Andrew Seifus for Stansbury. These two are going to face off. Seifus with the early advantage and a 3-point lead, and he's working on trying to set in is that a cradle he's working on there, Jake?
Yeah.
Looks like.
Yep. Crossface
now he's out
cradle.
of bounds. Hawks finds himself behind 3-0. About 40 seconds into this first round. Seifus stays in control. Now works a half Nelson.
Going back for that cradle.
Trying to sink the cradle in, and a good job by Lewis, by Hawks, fighting that one off. He's got to get his head up. There he goes.
Okay, so I've just received correction. Lewis is a senior.
Okay, so another senior on senior night here for Ridgeline. As Hawks is battling his way through this first round and into the latter half of it, he picks up a point, 3-1. 40 seconds to go in the first round.
Oh, good
Goes
shot
for a
there,
shot.
but needs to keep driving forward.
Yeah, kind of gets stymied there by Seifus. Now Seifus is going to try to circle behind him and pick up points. Or sink in a cradle. Oh boy, this could be trouble.
No points yet if he can come out the back, but
nope, he's going to have points, and he's going to have probably a pretty good chance of pinning Hawks here. If he can bridge out of this one, this is a tough position as he got so much of the weight of his lower half.
Keep battling.
6 seconds. He's, again, just got to fight his way through this first round, and there it is. Man, I can't tell you enough about how big those moments are for these Ridgeline wrestlers, because if you even just come out of here, save your team a point or two, even in defeat.
Yeah, just don't get pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those pins are huge points as Stansbury's trying to catch up here. 29-12 advantage for Ridgeline. Second round, Hawks does find himself down 10-1 as he's given up takedown points and near fall points in both. Nope, not in both situations, but there he gives up another takedown. So now he's down 13-1. 13-2 now that he gets the escape points.
I don't even know how these wrestlers.
Oh my, that kind of just looked almost. Keep driving.
Keep driving.
Oh, that's a tough one there. If
he can roll off his back, he'll save his team some points.
Almost looks like the Stansbury wrestler going for technical fall. It looked like he could have had a good pinning situation there with Hawks, but he moves behind him and just keeps control. 16-2 here for Stansbury. This is probably going to be best case for Ridgeline, a 4-point victory for Stansbury. Could be more. They're really hunting for a tech fall here. See, he's up by 14, so another near fall. If he doesn't pin him in this near fall situation, it's going to be over due to tech fall, and there's the near fall points. So this one's going to be over after this potential pinning situation if he doesn't get him pinned. Still working on it. Got him in a cradle.
Tough position to be in right there for Lewis, but if he can hold out for another 20 seconds, he'll save his team a point.
What was that?
So he was able to break the lock and roll over to his belly, so he was able to avoid getting pinned, and it was a tech
fall. So once the pinning situation has transpired and he's not pinned, and the other wrestler takes more than a 15-point lead, it's just over.
Yeah, mercy rule kind of thing.
But
like
they
Jake
give
said.
him the opportunity, because once he got him on his back and that near fall point was awarded, he's gained the 15-point advantage, but he wants to give him the opportunity to
get the
earn that additional point.
Gotcha.
So it's even like in overtime. Overtime's a sudden death thing. If you get a takedown in a potential pinning situation, they'll let you continue to wrestle to see if you can actually finish the pin and get those extra points awarded for the pin versus just the victory of the takedown in the overtime situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Who do we got here, though, Nick?
Yeah, let's check this out. This is our 215. Is that Soren out there?
Yeah,
I see.
Soren. Another one of our seniors.
Soren Jensen, another senior for the Ridgeline.
And I think it's Noe Pineda.
Okay. So Pineda and Jensen going at it at the 215 weight category here. Ridgeline up by 12. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Good job by Soren right there. He avoided getting headlocked and then was able to lift him up and
Soren
get his own takedown.
Picks him up and puts him down. Gets the 3 points. Goes for kind of a what is that when you reach?
Three-quarter Nelson.
Three-quarter.
So when he's got he's hooked around the leg, around the ankle. We call that an Iowa ride. And then when he's up around the head, that's a three-quarter.
That's the three-quarter where you got half of it on one side and the other half, or I guess the other quarter on the other. Because you can't go full Nelson. That's illegal.
Yep.
Jake, this is Soren's first year here at Ridgeline, correct?
That's correct.
But is he a senior or is he?
He is a senior.
Where'd he come from?
Soren's a junior. I'm almost 100% positive. I actually know that for a fact.
All right. Well, I
stand corrected.
Do you know where he comes from?
Gunnison.
Yep.
And he was he placed second place at state last year.
Okay. Football kid, Nick?
Yes, he did play football for us. That's why I knew he's a junior, because he played JV.
Gotcha. Well, I apologize for getting all these years wrong.
Well, we can't expect you to know all that
Right.
stuff. You're just there to coach.
So no near fall points awarded for Jensen there. He did get the takedown, but was unable to get Pineda on his back long enough to get any near fall. So 3-0 lead. He'll take into the second round. Pineda chooses, I'm not sure who chose what, but Pineda starts off in control.
Yeah, Nick's right. Soren's a junior. And
oh boy, there's a head. Oh my goodness.
Nice job.
Headlock
I think we're going to see a pin here
this is
momentarily.
Yep, there it is. He's got full control of this one. Oh my gosh, good job by Pineda. I got to give him credit, because that's not an easy one to even fight that long out of. But a great job with the headlock throw by Soren Jensen. That's one that if you don't succeed in that one, you put yourself in a bad position. On the other side, on the counter side of that move, but Soren just chucked Pineda to the ground. And once you get that pin and you get the arm above the head and you get that head in the headlock and you get them on the ground, it's like game over. I've seen very few wrestlers
especially
work their
for
way
the
out
big
of that
guys.
one. Yeah.
Especially for the
that
big
much
guys.
weight, 215 pounds coming down on you.
Are these the biggest guys right now?
This one is.
Yeah.
285. This
Morgan
is the weight.
Kunzler and Carlos Rojas.
Now 285 is the minimum. Or is that
that's the maximum.
That's the most you can weigh.
That's the most
okay,
you
so
can
you
weigh.
can weigh between 215 and 285.
Okay. Big, pretty decent size gap there that you could be.
Yeah, I'm guessing Morgan's probably 250-ish. Maybe
When
walks
you-
around
yeah.
265.
You
But
remember back in the day with the Fia brothers?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they had to have been knocking on. Well, Walter probably was close to 270.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have been?
He's a built 270. Oh,
yeah.
boy. Morgan.
We saw
Kind of a cow catcher, yeah.
Cow catcher right there. And when the big
Oh,
when
my.
the big boys are like that, a pin's usually coming pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get caught in a cow catcher and another 260-pounder gets you,
You're
you're
going to
done.
need to come and get me.
You're going to need to come and get me. And that ain't going to be enough either. But that's, I think, going to seal the deal.
Yeah, that puts Ridgeline up by 24.
And there's only 3 matches
And there's
left.
only 3 matches left, so,
So,
that'll
Dave,
seal it.
You had to say something, didn't you, Cinnamon
did,
Bang?
dang
You
it.
had to say something,
I mean,
but now
good for
all
the
of a sudden,
Riverhawks.
Right, yeah,
I mean, we'll
first
take
region
that,
championship.
But yeah, you kind of want to see something come down to
We'd like to go into the last match meaning something.
Yeah. It's so interesting. It's always so fun to watch from the big fellas down to the little guys.
Just the
It's just the
differences
difference,
in
yeah.
techniques and the way they wrestle
how
and the
quick
speed.
they are.
Yeah, the difference. It's just different.
That's one great thing about this wrestling sport is that you have a spot for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of these two kids could really step on a varsity football field and feel like you weren't just completely, going to get
outsized.
taken out somewhere.
Yep.
Unless you're a 4-5 guy. So one great thing about wrestling is they got a spot for everybody. If you got the determination to go to practice and work your guts out like these kids do and cut the weight and do all the,
So what size are the smallest then, these guys?
These guys are 106.
106.
106. An early
did
lead.
we introduce them?
No, we need to. This is Ashton Lishman. I'm assuming
Yep.
one of those long list of Lishman kids that have been in the program forever.
And
His brother wrestled last year, right?
Yep. Carson,
that's right.
Kian Lionel.
Kian, yep. Kian?
Isn't it Keian?
Yeah. Kian Linnell for Stansbury. Up next at 113, we have Luke Mosier and Walter Gohl. But right now, Lishman has an 11-0 lead, as you said, Dave, in a blink of an eye because they work so fast at the 106 weight category.
We might even see a tech fall here in the first round.
Wouldn't that be something? If he gets near fall points, we are going to see it, and there it is. If he gets...
And referee's counting.
Yep, he's got to get to 4. There's 2.
He's only at 2, so...
Why doesn't he keep counting? No, he's not turned enough. He got out of it.
And probably what happened is strategy-wise so that we can try and get the pin in the second round, because if we get the 4 there, it's over. Go to the second round, maybe we turn them and pin them
So
there.
now we're trying to step on their throat is what you're saying. We're running up the score, basically.
Running it up.
I think the football team has done that a time or two over the past few years. But right now, Ridgeline victorious in this Region 11 duel with Stansbury, and they're going to walk out of here with the region title. At least a share of the region title, and I think that's because they have a pending duel with Deseret Peak. Now, in all other sports, Deseret Peak is subpar at best, but just because of the limitations of
they don't have any
who
seniors.
they let transfer over there. Do you know, is the wrestling
that's
program
my
in the same
understanding for
situation?
wrestling as
Yeah,
well.
the basketball team had 0 seniors.
0.
Wow.
None of the soccer team, the football team, none of the teams they've had all underclassmen having to step up and go play in varsity. So we'll see. Ridgeline is at home against Deseret Peak.
It's at Deseret Peak.
At Deseret Peak, and there's is that a pin?
That's a pin, yep.
He pinned him?
He pinned
did.
him.
It's an odd
6
angle
points.
to get a pin.
That was very. Very weird, but a great job by Ashton Lishman there. He had a commanding lead going into that second round, and as you said, Jake, a little strategic move by Coach Merrill, and that's things, you're not trying to embarrass Stansbury or push up the score, but strategically you're trying to work on stuff that could lead to a state championship scenario here in a couple of weeks.
Exactly, and in the state tournament, for example, with so many matches are going on at once, it's harder to keep track of all the scores. If you can get that extra from a tech fall to a fall is actually a half point in tournament scoring.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But that extra half point, that can make a difference.
Sure, push you up in the position, the placings in the state tournament, the district tournament, whatever you got to do. District is 100% individual, or do they have district?
They'll keep team score.
Okay.
Yep.
Luke Mosier and Walter Goal here, guys. Luke Mosier for Ridgeline.
And again, a fast-paced action to start this first round. Mosier up 3-1 already, and we're less than 30 seconds in, or just a little more than 30 seconds in. Mosier kind of underneath the Stansbury wrestler now.
He's got the leg hooked in his.
Yes, he does.
The foot hooked.
He's got the foot hook in, and now he's going, potentially dangerous as he was. See how he's wrenching that knee in a bad, Don't want to have a knee injury here, especially this late in the season. All these wrestlers got their eyes on districts and wanting to qualify for the state tournament. Mosier being one of those. As he stays in control here, he has a 6-1 lead, now 6-2 as Stansbury gets a goal, gets an escape point.
Now this one I do know. Luke's a sophomore, so I can say that.
You can confidently tell us
Tate
on that
is a senior? Tate Mosier?
Tate's a junior.
Junior and sophomore, okay.
Yeah.
So a couple more years left for the Mosier family to watch these boys wrestle.
Well, they've got another one coming up, too, who's in 7th grade.
Okay, and you're coaching him, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm sure he's a great wrestler as well.
Yeah.
They've had the Mosier name in this wrestling program, but it seems like for the last 20 years.
For a long time. Good job by Luke there, working on a low-level fireman's. Finishes the takedown.
Gets the takedown points and a 9-2 lead. Ridgeline, as we've mentioned, a 30-point team lead and has captured a share of the Region 11 title. If they go to Deseret Peak and take care of business, and here we're going to have a pinning situation. That's a bad deal. Woo. Ouch. Yeah, I'd lay there for a second, too. You ever just wake up in bed, Dave, as you're sleeping and both arms are asleep?
Are you a stomach sleeper?
Yeah, I am, actually.
No, mine are the shoulders because I'm a side sleeper, and my left shoulder takes a beating when I lay on it.
Well, that's how I felt for that little guy. Like his shoulders are asleep. You got to wake him up. Here we're going to move into the 120, and this is going to finish us up. And as we mentioned, Joe Holbrook, senior here for Ridgeline, is going to finish us up. He's going to wrestle Mason Griffith for Stansbury. Holbrook, another 2025 state placer for the Riverhawks, as he just tries to impose his will and push the Stansbury wrestler basically off the mat. That's kind of a little psyche thing, right? Like, I'm just going to grab a hold of you. I'm going to dominate you.
And we saw, because he just backed right off, we saw a quick stall call.
A little stall warning,
Isn't sumo just to get the guy out of the circle?
Yeah, I think you just bump bellies till somebody's out of a circle. We're wrestling folk style, right? That's the style of wrestling that high school wrestling follows. There's folk style, Roman,
Greco-Roman, and freestyle.
Greco-Roman.
Okay.
And then
folk
freestyle.
Style should be, all the music should be banjo.
I agree. But all of them have different scoring.
Yeah, they all have different rules. Greco-Roman and freestyle are very similar. There's just that you can't attack the legs. You couldn't take a shot on him. That's illegal. But otherwise, there's a few other differences, but they're mostly all the same. Just that you can't attack the legs. And then folk style is a little bit different than those other two.
But this is what you'll commonly see in high school, college ranks, and then when you get in the Olympics, you'll see a little bit of both. More almost on the Greco-Roman.
Yeah, so you'll see freestyle.
Roman,
it's Greco-Roman.
Greco-Roman.
So, in the Olympics, you'll see freestyle and Greco-Roman.
more than folk style.
Yeah, folk style. They don't do folk style in the Olympics, so just
is that like an international and American thing? Like if we Americanize
folk style is primarily American and Canadian.
Okay.
Outside of that, I don't believe really anybody else participates in it.
So that's why at the Olympic stage it goes back to that Greco-Roman.
Yep.
And freestyle.
So tell me one more time the difference between freestyle and folk style.
So some of the differences are in folk style, we have 3 2-minute periods. Mm-hmm. In freestyle, they have 2 3-minute periods, which maybe sounds like a slight difference, but they give them a 30-second break in between where they can catch their breath. Their coach will wave the towel on them or something to cool them down. And then the scoring's a little bit different. If you take your opponent down and you aren't able to turn them to their back in about 10 to 15 seconds, the referee will stop the match and you'll just be back on your feet again.
Okay.
And then as you turn your opponent, you accumulate points by just turning him.
Okay.
So if they're on the mat, if their back goes from gets less than 90 degrees to the mat, they don't have to hold them there for any period of time. Just has to break that plane. That's worth 2 points in freestyle.
So you're still doing the same types of things. It's just a matter of how often you can maybe get a turnover.
That's correct. There's a lot of crossover, a lot of that carries over between the styles.
Oh boy, and oh my, that was one of the quicker pins we've seen of the night. But we didn't mention much of this match. Joe Holbrook was in just dominating fashion out there as he had a 7-0 lead. Then he got some more near fall to take an 11-0 lead. That was in the first period.
Yeah.
And then he gets him on his back, and it looked to be a little bit of a quick pin, but a nice job by Holbrook just dominating that match as he's probably got a ton of momentum going into districts and into state. Jake, as you look at this team that your twin brother has manufactured here, who do you see out there that could make a run and potentially be crowned a state champion?
We really have a lot of strong wrestlers this season. I think of Cruz Allred, who's already placed twice at state. Hunter McBride.
Picked up a pin.
Picked up a pin. Hunter McBride's also a state placer. The Mosers, we saw Tate and Luke
Tate
were tough.
Lost today, didn't he?
Tate did lose his match. Luke won his. Joe, he got second place at state last year, so expect big things from him. Soren was also a strong wrestler, and Mac is another one. We have, and I'm going to leave someone out here, so when they go back and listen to it.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot like that, but I kind of agree. As I've seen some of these guys wrestle growing up, I think you've named a lot of the names that are going to be in contention. It'll be nice to see if somebody kind of comes out of nowhere, too. I think Holbrook last year, his coming out party was kind of midway through the season. Yeah. And then he really got rolling, and what a great second place finish at state. But I remember just kind of watching him just get better every week, and every tournament he'd go a little higher seeding to where at the end of the year he was putting on some of his best wrestling and finished the year with the second place finish.
For sure, he had a great year, and we're sure expecting and hoping to see another great run from him this year as well.
Yeah, in the 4A classification, that's crazy how they do the districts. I don't know the pods. Do you know who Ridgeline is paired with in the pod situation?
So they're divisional.
Divisionals.
I could if you can give me 10 seconds, I'll see if I can pull it up.
You betcha. Cinnamon Bear.
Look at that.
There's the region championship right there, and we got the camera. Great work over there.
Thank you.
Aussie's left.
Ollie.
Let's see. I'm still on vacation, bud. Give me a break. Give me a break. Ollie's gone, but Dave's running the camera, and they've hoisted up Coach Morrill with the Region 11 championship. So I think it's a foregone conclusion. You've got a share of it. You go take care of business at Deseret Peak, which it looks like these boys are going to do, and you got the solo region champion. That's pretty cool,
Yeah, it is.
Especially to, because a lot of times what will happen, I'm not saying it happens here or anywhere else, but you get a coach in a program, and if they're not having the success that the parents or whoever's behind it wants to see, and you could maybe say the Ridgeline program struggled at times there early in the school's history.
Had to build it from scratch.
Right. And to be patient with Coach Morrill and just let that kind of build itself from the ground up, and to see the success over the years is probably very rewarding for him. And a good job, I was kind of getting at the school standing behind him and the parents just being patient for the success. Because sometimes you're like, get him out of here, get us a coach that's going to win. It's the coach, it's the coach, it's the coach. You know, it's never the kids or whatever. And I've seen that happen over the years with different sports, soccer or whatever it is,
Not just here at Ridgeline either.
No, it's not.
It's all over
it's
the
not
place.
isolated to that. So, just be patient with what coaches are doing. And if your kids are loving it, if they're having fun, if they like to go to practice, they like the coach, they like being a part of the program, the success will come, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at, the point I'm trying to make. And a big part of that's been, just sticking to it. Your brother's done a great job of just sticking to what he knows and how he coaches and the program, the culture that he's created. But then building in that youth program, I know has helped. Kids like Joe Holbrook that have come from that. Kids like the Mosiers, they've all wrestled in that junior program. Mac Rutledge is another one that comes
Cruz
straight.
is another one.
Zarian Crook wrestled with Jackson before you got there, and that was Josh Nelson who kind of was trying to build it, there in the early days. And so, good job by your brother of recognizing the need to kind of boost up that youth program, and now it's starting to pay off.
Hopefully those kids who we saw kind of gimping off, I know Mosier it looks like his back is sore. Hopefully those guys can get themselves right, especially before the divisionals.
Yeah.
I'm told the girls are probably going to take second in region and should be top 4 at state, depending on if they can get some injured girls wrestlers back as well.
Yeah, it's a war of attrition. The whole wrestling season and just the year is just, can you stay healthy? I remember, I want to say it was 2 or 3 years ago, man, we had some really, really good wrestlers. And maybe it was probably 3 or maybe 4 years ago, but, the injuries. It was like Dana.
Oh, Case
and Dana's year. Yeah. That year they had so many good wrestlers, and he was one of them.
Yeah.
And he couldn't come back from that neck injury.
Yeah.
And there was it felt like just so many injuries that year. So that can always be something that bites a wrestling program. And it's, as you said, a few of them have been limping off. We hope that they all get healthy.
It's you can bite any type of injury, football, basketball,
any
softball, baseball,
contact sport,
even baseball. Some of those things happen. I've always believed that it takes kind of a perfect storm and some luck to win a state championship with the health and matchups. There's lots of little things that go into it.
I remember listening to Mike Hansen, and been around sports longer than anyone anyone else that I know out there, and he's very I love his demeanor about things. And going into the state championship year of the 2021 football team, he said, this is not easy. This is not a foregone conclusion. You have to get lucky to win a state championship. It is never going to be an easy road. And sometimes you look from the outside looking in and you think, that was so easy for that football team or that girls soccer team or whoever it was just to run the table. But so much luck has to be on their side along the way to avoid those catastrophic events that can happen to a team. So, Jake, it looks like you've got the 4A divisional pods pulled up.
Yeah, so the different colors are paired together. So Uinta has the most returning points from the state tournament last year.
They were the state champion.
And they're bringing all those guys back.
And they have.
So that's how you do it. You have the state championship from the prior year's points that are returning.
So it's based on points from your
returning wrestlers. Wow, and they have all those points. So they have.
And there's
a team
just to give you a slice. Uinta has more than twice as many, or about twice as many as the next closest
school. They have 278.5. The next closest school is Timpanogos, 137.5. So, Uinta, I'll put as much as you can stomach. I'll take Uinta. You can have the field in that one. Not to say these Riverhawks can't do it, but, man, it looks like an uphill climb as that Uinta team looks as dominant as as I've seen in wrestling with that many returning points. Holy cow.
Yeah, they've certainly put together a good program year in and year out.
Ridgeline right there at third.
Okay.
In that returning points. Mountain Crest at fourth. So the pods, Ridgeline's going to be paired with, let me see.
Timpanogos.
Yep, Timpanogos is the highest team. Other Region 11 teams, they'll be paired with
Stansbury,
Skyview, because they're paired with the white, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So they'll be paired with Skyview, and that's it. Oh, Deseret Peak.
Okay.
Or does that mean they're out if they're red?
I think it means because this is their first year of existence, they don't have returning places.
So they're down there. Okay, I see. So yeah, Deseret Peak and Skyview, the only two region teams. So that's kind of fun to get to go down and wrestle a bunch of new wrestlers that, unless you saw them in other tournaments, you haven't seen so far this year because they're in different regions. But great job here tonight by the Ridgeline Wrestling boys. Wrestling is a long season because these boys have been wrestling throughout the summer and the fall to get ready. You know that freestyle stuff we're talking about, that's summer long, and that's what gets you ready for the kind of the fall folk style stuff, and then going into the high school season. I think the freestyle goes into the fall as well, but man, these kids are wrestling almost year round. If you want to be that guy that's going to push and go win a state championship, it takes a year-long commitment.
Yeah, and one point I just want to make real quick is it's good to see it's not just the varsity team out there celebrating this region title. It's really an entire team.
It's a program thing.
Because even if you're not the varsity wrestler, in the practice room, you're pushing the guys on varsity and helping them get better. And as a whole, you're elevating the team. So it's really a team award, a team achievement, not just the guys on varsity.
Oh, we talk about it all the time. I mean, iron sharpens iron, and if you're not pushing that guy that's ahead of you to be better and to continue to improve throughout the season, it's that scout team look, right, Dave? The better your scout team is, the better your varsity team is going to be. So, like Jake says, great job by the underclassmen and the guys that aren't out on the varsity match by pushing these guys to be what they've become out there.
If I'm counting those right over there, I think there's 12 seniors on this group here that are those guys that even if they're not the number one, they're out there pushing people, and they're helping this program grow.
Yeah, a great night here tonight on senior night as Ridgeline comes out victorious 47-12.
No, they got
amazing?
17. So Stansbury got 17.
Isn't it amazing how quickly you can forget? You know you won. I walk out of basketball games and somebody says, "What's the score?" I'm like, I don't know. They won.
They won. I know it was 47-17 at one point. I don't know if that was the final, but Ridgeline's going to leave here with that region title in hand. And congratulations to Coach Morrill and his squad and sticking with this program for over those number of years. I think this is his 8th season as a coach.
I think this is the 10th. He's been here since Ridgeline.
I know that
started,
since it opened.
It was this 2016 to 17 was the first year.
This school's been open for 10 years. That is crazy. Well, the football field needs new turf then. That's only a 10-year lifespan.
Well, I guess it's officially 9 because we're in, 25-26 season right now. And he started 16-17.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be the 9. Hey, we're going to be...
I think you're right. I think it is 10. He's not very good at math.
Yeah, I'm not in charge
of
the math.
This is the 10th season. Although you just,
I see what you mean.
Yeah. Because you got to count 0.
We'll be right back here tomorrow night, Nick. We got basketball coming in.
Oh, we got a good one. We got a real good one. You're going to want to tune in to that one tomorrow.
Nick and I should be on the air at about 6:50 and should have a Ridgeline looking for a little vengeance against, Green Canyon looking for a little vengeance on the Ridgeline home floor. We had it was overtime was it overtime?
It was at Green Canyon. I'm excited for this basketball game because I think Gavin Crane is going to come in here. Not to say he didn't have something to prove last game. He scored 35-some points. I think he's going to come in here and try to knock the nets down off this court tomorrow night.
Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
why don't you wrap this up for us, Nick?
I'm going to. Jake, appreciate you for always doing these wrestling matches and that, and what intelligence there is on this air. Very little out of me and Dave.
It's 99% Jake.
Yep. Jake adds all the technical detail to this that I'm sure makes it fun if you're listening and watching this on the stream. Dave and I are just here,
I'm eye candy.
Dave's the eye candy, and I don't really know why I'm here. I'm just I'm like the cream on top, I guess. So yeah, for the Cinnamon Bear and for Jake, congratulations, Jarrett Morrill, Coach Morrill, on the Region 11 Championship. I'm Nick Zollinger. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6:50 for the Ridgeline Green Canyon basketball game. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
This Ridgeline Riverhawks broadcast has been a presentation of 104.5 The Ranch and CashValleyDaily.com. Made possible by The Cater Shop, Advanced Heating and AC, Cast-A-Like Brick and Tile, Rio Brazilian Steakhouse, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson IT, Adams Wealth Advisors, DD Auto Salvage, Great Basin Graphics, Preston Watts Auto Collision, Planet Fitness, Napa Auto Parts, Young Automotive, and Cache Valley Daily. Catch replays and photo galleries of previous games on CashValleyDaily.com.